G'day guys, Troy Kiligowski here and welcome to another episode of K Brothers Pythons. On today's episode we'll be talking about an animal that Dan and I have both been working with for around 10 years now, and that's the olive python. Don't go anywhere guys, because this is an animal that I am seriously passionate about. So yeah, we're going to put a fair bit into this episode. Hope you enjoy it. So roughly 10 years ago, we first got our very first ever pair of olive pythons, like wild type olive pythons that were captively bred from a breeder by the name of Kel Worley. Now these animals traced back to a legend in the Australian herpetoculture by the name of Peter Krause, who originally bred these animals. Kel Worley had raised them for roughly 2 years. They were just rising on 2 years of age and decided to sell these animals to buy in some other project animals. Dan and I just happened to be kicking around when this pair come up for sale, this rising 2-year-old pair for sale, which I kid you not, were probably half the size of this again.
Definitely half the size, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So, and weight-wise, I'm thinking this one weighs in just over 1 kilo now. So weight-wise, those ones would have been sitting 1.7, maybe 2 kilos of weight. Then somewhere around there.
I can't remember what the exact weight that we bred it, but I remember it was 2.5 years of age, and certainly under 4 kilos, well under 4 kilos. Small snake.
Definitely, it was right place, right time. So I think we got the animals around November, rising 2 years of age, straight away. As soon as we got them home, bam, bam, bam. Dan started jamming a heap of food into especially the female. And we put them together that year. And Dan was doing most of the work. I'd come down a bit crook with kidney problems. And now the night of nights, our first pair of olive pythons, the girl, she was laying our first ever clutch. I come down crook, I have to get rushed off to hospital. Like a good brother, what'd you do, Dan?
Yeah, looked after the eggs straight away. You're right, yeah, they had you covered, yeah, you're in a good place, yeah.
So that was our first experience with olive pythons. I'll get this thing away. I just wanted this one out to show you guys a bit of a reference to to our first ever pair, what sort of size they were when we first got them in. I'll get this one back and I'll show you guys the next level that we went to. Don't go anywhere. So we had our olive pythons. We'd been breeding them for a couple of years and all of a sudden, bam, this thing shows up. Not this particular animal, but the albino olive python. Whereabouts was it found again, Dan?
Oh, I'm not sure. It was a caravan park, wasn't it, or a mine shaft?
Mine shaft.
Mine shaft, that's right.
Yeah, the Darwin was found in the caravan park, mine shaft. An albino olive python popped up. Now, did you have the coin to go out and buy one of these, man?
No choice.
Nope, I didn't have the coin to buy one of these. Together we didn't have the coin to buy one of these. So what did we do?
Hit a mate up.
Hit a mate up. It's the only thing to do. I'll pass this back to Dan. So phase 2, produce some of these. If I can get this one out. So this here, come here sweetheart. Now this here, het for albino olive python. Now while it still looks like it's a wild type olive, it actually carries the albino bloodline. So you can go through and you can pair a het with a het, and 25% of your clutch will come out albino. So then 50% of your clutch will come out het, 25% of your clutch will come out wild type. Only problem is you don't know which ones are the hets, which ones are the wild types. So that's where you get your possible hets from. But that was phase 2 for us. Produce some of them.
Okay guys, well Troy just got out one of our het females, and as you can see it was fairly calm. It was a big animal obviously, but a lot of people call all these gentle giants, but they're not always gentle. Sometimes when they're being primed for breeding season, they're just getting fed heaps and heaps of food items, they're going to be food responsive. So anything that goes around their cage, or when you open their cage, they're so used to when the cage is open, there's going to be a food item coming at them. So you get a few cage responsive animals. As you can see that one there, that's more of a defensive sort of a bite. This one here is a little bit food responsive. Whoa! So as I said before with Troy that they were calm as a kid, but they're not always as calm as that. So when you've got a food responsive animal like this, the best thing to do is grab a hook. But since we don't have a hook on hand, just going to put my back to you guys. Touch the back of his tail there so you can't see me. Looking for me, sensing with his pits. Looking for somewhere to bite. Big animals, you can support them all the way around the body. But as you saw with that big bite before, nearly got me on the throat. This snake is probably only, what do you reckon, 7 foot? 8 foot maybe?
Around that.
Around that. There's some big ones, they get 10 foot plus, some big heavy bodied olive pythons, and a big one like that would do a bit of mess here. So just be aware guys when you're buying big animals, show the animal the respect that it deserves, and just be aware that they may bite. Back in the cage, Noel, don't chew me again. The best thing a herp can do is avoid a bite.
And this is it, guys. This is the end result of all the years that we've played around with the olive pythons. This is the holy grail for us with regards to the olives, and that's the albino olive. Now, absolutely gorgeous. A few people, I'm not sure about overseas, what the numbers are like overseas, but in Australia, a few people have a few dramas breeding the olive pythons in general. So a few of the tips that we want to run through quickly, and they're not hard tips, it's more what not to do, which might give you guys a bit more success this season with the breeding. We like to go through and do a lot of feeding heavy in the year. I mean, like January, February, March, we're constantly pumping the girls, constantly throwing food at them, and they are eating very heavy. In April, we go through, we start backing the temps back, and we start backing the food items down. May, we continue doing what we're doing in April. Bring the temps either further back of the night time, reduce the food items a bit more. 1st of June, that's the magic night for us. What's it like at your place, Dan? 1st of June.
Well, our rooms at home are full of black-headed pythons, so it's very, very hectic.
It is. Well, over here, while Dan's doing the blackheads, I'm over here doing the olives, and it's hectic. Males going everywhere. So 1st of June, people, we're southeast Queensland, and this is what we do up here. This is what works for us. 1st of June, the males go into the females, not the other way around, and we stop feeding altogether. By then, our lights are shut off. They shut off for 12 hours during the night. They shut off at 6 at night, come back on at 6 in the morning. Nighttime temps, we like to get them down to about 14, 15 degrees up in the hot end. For the enclosures, like you can see, Den's our builder. What are we looking at here, Den?
1800 by about 375 each individual cage. The heat divider comes in at just over 1 metre on the hot side.
There you go, my perfect size cage. Well, a cage that works for us, as you can see. We like to keep the vents in the front there, slided glass. This acts as a bit of airflow as well, and that's what works for us. Another big one is don't handle them all the time. Don't clean them all the time during breeding season. During breeding season, I work with these guys for a total of 2-3 minutes per cage per week. I take the water bowl out, I clean the water bowl, I put it back, fresh water, and that's it. That's all the attention these guys get. Other than when I walk through of a morning, check my morning temps, and then walk through of a night time and check the night time temps. Other than that, I leave the guys alone. I throw the males around to the different females on the different nights, and you'll see I've got here a calm olive. You can see I've got codes and I've got days written down here. And that's so I know what olive python is going where on what nights. That way you don't lose track of it. So hopefully if you follow just some of those tips, it just might help you breeders out in Australia or wherever you are that might have been having problems breeding these things. get the weight into them early, leave them alone during breeding season, and hopefully you'll have a good season. Thanks for watching, guys. I've got a mind
Yeah,
blank.
you do, hey?
Hey.
Get the body one out, that'll liven you up. That's going to chew you. No, it's coming.
I'm just playing. Stop laughing.
Alright, let's be serious.